without your money to do the things that we are supposed to do. And we just gave you tons of facts, tons of logic that show you how good and important we are to the society. All right. I think you'd be, with this logic, you'd be persuaded to at least give me a shot to convince you what? That we are needed. So that's logic. Tons of facts. You didn't hear a speech there, but you saw the fact. All right? So that's logical appeal. The second one is I'm going to be going to ethics. And you're going to see, this is a political campaign video. All right? And this was from the second time that President Obama was running for office. And so you're going to hear some fact in here, but the majority is going to be ethics. Listen for specific wording to let you know it's what he thinks.
Over the next 4 months, you have a choice to make. Not just between two political parties, or even two people. It's a choice between two very different plans for our country. Governor Romney's plan would cut taxes for the folks at the very top, roll back regulations on big banks, and he says that if we do, our economy will grow and everyone will benefit.
Now, so far, all right, he's using what he's been given as far as the information. And some of that may be true. But what he's doing is he's telling you what he thinks is going to happen. Listen what he says in retort.
But you know what? We tried that top-down approach. It's what caused the mess in the first place.
So, there's fact. We already tried that. That's a given fact. We tried that and it didn't work. Listen what he says here to provide the ethics.
I believe the only way to create an economy built to last is to strengthen the middle class.
I believe. Same thing as in my opinion or I think. That's ethics.
Asking the wealthy to pay a little more so we can pay down our debt in a balanced way. So that we can afford to invest in education, manufacturing, and homegrown American energy for good middle-class jobs. Sometimes politics can seem very small, but the choice you face, it couldn't be bigger.
The choice you face, it couldn't be bigger. That's his opinion. Those are his ethics. That's what he thinks, and that's ethical appeal. Out of the three appeals, what are you going to use most of without even knowing it? Ethical. Yeah, ethics. And now we move to the fun one. I promised you I wouldn't show anything that would make you cry. Maybe tears of joy, but nothing sad. Okay, extremely sad. No Sarah McLachlan's Eyes of the Angel, or Arms of the Angel, or something like that, right? So here we go, all right? But too many times we focus on the negative or the downsides, okay, to this. So I tried to do a wide array, all right? So if we put that away, please. Thank you. All right, and so here comes the first one. This one shows you two different types of emotion. Starts off one way, and then you'll be happy to know that it ends in a different way. So here we go. Okay, so guy gets out, says, here, he tosses whatever it was, a ball, something, to make the dog get out. The dog's like, oh, okay, I'll play, right? And he runs off, and the guy here, I don't know if you heard it, he goes, stupid dog. He gets back in, and the owner leaves. He puts the burden on society. It's easy for him. I don't want to take care of this dog anymore. I'll leave it to somebody else's problem. And the dog comes back, and now he's alone. Right there. That's emotional appeal. Right there. Oh. Yesterday, or 2 days ago, Mr. Yeldon said, hey, I came home and there were 8 puppies on the floor. And did you hear the audience's response? Oh. And trust me, they were boys. There were boys doing that too. They're like, puppies. Oh. Right? Okay? So this is sad. So they got you roped in now. You're like, you gotta be kidding me. You know, there are dogs, and maybe even sometimes, even though this is humane society, there are kids like that out there too. Right? They get left behind. But they try to make a good thing out of this now, and they change the emotion to...
Oh, come on, Randy. Here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his watch.
All right, so there you go. Okay? And sudden they make it funny, and then you're like, oh, that's cute, right? What's the call to action? With every persuasive speech, there's a call to action. What do they want you to do? Adopt. And they don't even have to have that up there, to tell you the truth. That commercial right there makes you want to go down to the nearest humane society and go, hey, I want to rescue one of those dogs that was left behind. Okay? Okay, so that's one example. Here's another one. Oh, now this one, okay, starts off like any normal kid. Okay? Now the only thing that may be a little indicator of something sad is coming up is look at the area, all right? But try to realize the moment when emotionally you are hooked.
Old John walks across the same bridge on his way home. He is surrounded by the sights and sounds of a busy port city. John likes to watch the boats come and go, and dreams of having his own boat to explore his homeland in the Philippines. His family lives in a very poor area along the waterway. Rows of shanties litter the shoreline, where trash and debris collect. John's family doesn't live in one of the shacks. They can't afford to. They live under the bridge.
There it is. The shacks are bad enough, but they can't even afford a shack. He, along with his mom and 5 other siblings, they have to live under a bridge. And all those dreams that little John has, all of a sudden they seem pretty far off, don't they? Okay? This is the life that this kid lives right now. They've got you hooked emotionally.
Along with 6 other families. John, his parents, and 4 siblings live on a wooden platform suspended between the concrete girders. The space is so small that John can't even stand up. His parents have tried their best to make this tiny space livable, but this is not the kind of life his mother wants for them.
It's not the kind of life that his mother wants for them. Okay? What's the call to action? They want you to do what? Either, possibly adopt, right? Adopt one of the kids to help them have a better life, help John's dreams get closer. You can provide for them or for him where the mother can't, or donate money to make life better, right? It's just like those commercials where the old guy's holding the very emaciated and thin, wasting away girl, and he gives you call it what it is, a sob story. It's real, okay? At least you hope it is, right? And they want you to take care because guess what? That's what we do as society. We use our heart. Speaking of heart, now we go to something that's really uplifting. So we've had sad, we've had funny, and now we have uplifting. Okay? Anytime you see a soldier returning home and surprising a family member, it's a good time. Okay? And guess who this is talking to mostly? Not just children, specifically.
Everybody.
Everybody who has someone in the military. There you go. Okay? So here we go. All right. Oh, we'll go back to little Johnny later.
I watched the Nike soccer commercial.
My name is Tina Ashley. I'm 10 years old and I go to Randolph Elementary School. My dad, Master Sergeant Joe Myers, is in Iraq right now.
So they have a speaker coming in. She has no idea it's him. Oh, right there, emotional appeal. Oh, there you go. And I look at you right now, and some of you are like, Rose. And some of you are like, most of the guys are like stonewalled. They're kind of like stonewalled. Yeah. Okay, that's all right. But inside, I guarantee you, gentlemen, and some ladies, I guarantee you right now, your throat, something's kind of moving up there. You're kind of like, okay, I'm trying to hold it back. Anybody else getting hot in here? Okay, all right. And then, okay, the last one. Okay, and this actually happened in history, okay? And we like English 10, taking parts of history, putting them with literature, okay? This is a pep talk. It's a pep talk that Herb Brooks, coach of the 1980 Olympic hockey team, okay, gave to his kids. And these kids, if you don't know the background, they were crushed by the Russian, the Soviet a hockey team about a month earlier. Totally annihilated them. And here they are, okay, in the round previous to the gold medal match, facing what seems to be an impossible shot. And this is the actual speech he gives to rile them up. And you've had coaches before. Heck, I've been that coach with my football team, my track team, believe it or not with track, okay? Let's go run, right? But sometimes, you use a lot of loud, boisterous appeal, and sometimes, you walk around, you point at people, right? Well, Herb Brooks keeps it nice and calm, and all of a sudden, it starts to change a little bit. He's not going to yell, but maybe if you start getting pumped up, you're experiencing emotional appeal. Okay? So here we go. Last one. Two minutes. Okay? 2 minute speech. And look at them. These guys are defeated already. They know what's ahead of them. They're nervous as heck. He's got to rope them back in.
Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you have here tonight, boys. That's what you earned here tonight. One game. If we play them 10 times, they might win 9. Not this game. Not tonight. Tonight, we skate them. Tonight, we stay with them. And we shut them down because we can. Tonight, we are the greatest hockey team in the world. You were born to be hockey players. Every one of you. You were meant to be here tonight. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great hockey team the Soviets had. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it.
Wouldn't it be great if all of us had like our own symphony? If I wanted to, get you emotionally involved, okay, somehow, and like all of a sudden I'm talking and a symphony starts playing in the background, violins, and then all of a sudden I'm raising in intensity, right, and then the drums, right, and I'm like, and now guys, it's time to do your homework, and you're like, yeah! Wow! Yeah, right, okay, so, all right. So obviously there's no symphony, there's no music, but it is time to do some work. Okay. So here's the deal. Okay. Yes.
So watch the Nike soccer first.
Maybe we'll watch it again.
It's so good.
Okay. Maybe we'll watch it. Okay.
It's not
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's so cool.
It's
Okay.
Oh,
We'll see. Let's go. All right. So with that being said, now, guys. Okay. We'll be back in. Thank you. All right. So what we're gonna do now is this. We're going to return to Jim Valvano. Jim Valvano's ESPN 1993 ESPY acceptance speech. And you've already watched it, you've already listened to it, and that's the reason why I didn't do it today is because I wanted to sink in before. I wanted you just to be able to sit back, not have to take notes, miss things as you're trying to write down notes. I want you just to let it sink in. What I'm doing for you today is this. We're not going to watch or listen to the speech again. But what we are going to do is we're going to go over the transcript, okay? Every word that Jim said in his speech is right here for you. This time, and only this time, am I going to allow you to work with a partner or some partners collectively. The next time we do something like this, you're working on your own because when you do your speech, you're going to have to do the work on your own. Okay? It's not a duo. So, what's going to happen is this. I'm going to bring you guys up in just a second. And I'm going to ask you, you can clear this area real quick for me. Okay? I'm going to ask you to put this packet together. On the third page, you're going to see a little handbook, not really a handbook, but basically an assignment sheet. Okay? And on the front, it has the 3 categories of appeals and how you touch your audience: logically, emotionally, and ethically. And what I want you to do is this. I want you to peruse, go over, scan that page, that transcript, that speech by Jim Valvano, and I want you finding me examples that fit into logical, emotional, and ethical. Now also, if you don't have highlighters, I've got markers. I'm going to put the markers up here. Okay? And I want you to